Hey friends, what is up and welcome to another video. Hi guys, if you are new here, my name is Abigail May. I've been making YouTube videos for a little bit now, and I post motherhood, homemaking, Christian lifestyle content. So if you guys are interested, please stick around, subscribe, and see more videos. Today we're going to be touching on the topic 15 things my husband does for me. I did a video a few weeks back where I talked about 15 things that I do for my husband on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, and now I'm going to hit on what my husband does for me. Now, every husband is different. Every wife is different. Please do not use these videos as a comparison of, oh, my husband doesn't do that, or he doesn't do this, or she doesn't do that, or she doesn't do this. I think every situation is different. Every husband, every wife is different. They have different personalities, and we are not here to, I am not here to compare or add to comparison. But I thought that it would just be a good video to share. Some of these are little things, but some of these are big things, but the little things count. Something I am learning from not only my time with God and scripture reading, but from a few of the books that I'm reading, is that it is so crucial and so important to encourage your husband even in the little things. Even in the little things. And so I think it's important to talk about the little things that your husband does for you or for the family, and even the big things. If you hear my child and my husband, they are out in the living room playing and having fun and making breakfast. But the first thing is my husband works multiple jobs and focuses on multiple jobs so that I am able to stay home and stay home with my kids. This has been a value of ours since we were dating. We knew that eventually I wanted to stay at home and work from home and be in the home. And my husband recently has been focusing on a second form of income for our family, and he works really, really hard. Sometimes he works long hours, and that can be really difficult, but he does it so that he can provide for our family. He does it so that I can stay home with our kids, that I'm able to take care of our home, and this helps our family out because it adds less stress. I think when you both are in the workforce, there can be stresses on both sides. There can be stresses in the home, in the marriage, there can be stresses in the workplace, and it just added more stress and kind of, I want to say like hurt our family more when I was working. And so for him to be able to work and take on a second form of income has been very helpful for our family in totality. Okay, number 2, he takes charge on things like insurance, car repairs, and things like that. I think if it were not for my husband, I would be in a tricky situation when it came to car maintenance and insurance. And I know that these things seem I don't know what the word is, small, I guess, but they really aren't. I don't know how to repair a car. I don't know what's wrong with my car, if it's rattling or making a funny noise. My husband knows how to do those things. He knows how to check out a car for some of the simpler things, and he takes them in for repairs, or he repairs them himself, which I love. And on top of that, he takes care of government things and things with insurance, things that I don't entirely understand. Now, I do believe that I myself need to take the time to understand these things, but for the most part, he is the one that focuses in on all of those things, and without him helping me on these things, I don't know where I would be. Number 3, he brings home little surprises every now and then, whether that's flowers, a fun energy drink. Oh my gosh, I have like this hair, it's tickling me somewhere in my face. And he brings home little surprises like that, and I love that. He doesn't do these grand gestures, which is perfectly okay. Your husband or boyfriend do not need to do grand gestures that financially put you in the hole. Little things are perfectly okay. Even just notes, physical touch, words of affirmation, those things are great. And so my husband every now and then will bring home a little treat for me or some flowers or something like that to let me know that he loves me and he's thinking about me. Number 4, he encourages me to go and hang out with friends. I am an introvert. Well, I actually think I'm an ambivert, which is someone who can go both ways. But I like staying at home. I'm okay with staying at home. I'm okay with being isolated to the point where it can be not so good. And so my husband really encourages me to make sure I go hang out with friends, make sure I go to my sister's house and kind of get a little bit of a mental break from the things within the home. And I really love that. He takes charge when it comes to Gentry David, our son, and he when I leave the house to go hang out with friends, I don't have a feeling of panic of, oh my goodness, he doesn't know what he's doing, or things are gonna go, terribly wrong or whatever. I have a sense of security knowing that he knows Gentry David. He hangs out with him a lot, and he knows when he's sleepy, he knows when he's hungry, and all the things. Number 5, when he comes home from work, he hangs out with Gentry David for 30 minutes, and maybe a little less than 30 minutes. But what I mean by this is that I am home all day. I keep bumping the mic, sorry. I am home all day with Gentry David, and I'm pretty tired. But I also know that he's pretty tired too when he comes home from work. He is mentally exhausted and drained, and he wants to take a nap. He takes the time to come home to hang out with Gentry David so I can get a bit of a mental and physical break. I love this because it allows me to have a short bit of rest before kind of going back at it again with, the home and dinner and baby. But I really love that he does this for me. It's very encouraging. It's something I look forward to at the end of a really long day. And so that's something that I enjoy that my husband does for me. Coffee break. By the way, I got this mug from TJ Maxx. It's so cute. Number 6 is he prays for me and our family. I think this is really important to have a man that prays for you, prays for your family, is investing in their relationship with Christ. And this is really important to me. I really love having a strong spiritual leader in the house, and he is that. And I think that is amazing. He reminds me all the time to go to God, to pray to God, to spend time with God. I just love that he prays for our family. He prays for the future of our family. He prays for our family in the present. And he is definitely a prayer warrior. I love that. 7 kind of relates to number 6. But number 7 is he reminds me of God's ever-presentness and provision. I'm someone in our family who has a big tendency to worry, to stress, to freak out easily. And he reminds me that God is with us. God is taking care of us. God knows our situation. He's not going to leave us or forsake us. He reminds me, when we're because we're a lower income family, we do have our financial struggles like everyone else. And he reminds me that God will provide for us, and that we need to be faithful to him with our finances. Number 8 is very important to me, but he reminds me and tells me how much he wants to be home, how much he loves us. And this is important to me. When your husband works really long hours, or it feels like long hours, or they're even gone on weekends sometimes with certain events and things, or they're gone on youth trips or whatever, Satan can tempt you into thinking that your husband doesn't want to be home, that he doesn't like you, that he wants to be away from you. And that can be hard. It can be really difficult to fight those lies and those and that deceit from Satan, believing that your husband doesn't want to be around you. But that is not the case. My husband reassures me that he loves me and that he wants to be home. And there are many days where he's like, I'm going to try and get home early so I can hang out with you guys. I think that is such a blessing. It's an affirmation that he shares with me that I think is amazing and so great. And I'm grateful too that his work has the flexibility to be able to have shorter days and all that stuff. Number 9 is he sacrifices his free time and time with friends and things that he loves so he can be with me and my family. I sometimes, like every mom, they get super overwhelmed. They're really tired after a long day at home or a long day at work or whatever it is, or maybe the baby is sick and it's really hard for both baby and mama to be sick. Or maybe it's just a tough day, your baby's being super fussy, you don't know why. And this is where my husband steps in, and he will sacrifice whatever it is he wanted to do that day to take care of me, to help me out. I think of multiple times where he hasn't gone to jujitsu, which is one of his favorite activities to do, that is like outside of home, outside of work, and he'll sacrifice going to the gym some days, or he'll sacrifice time playing video games so that way he can hang out with Gentry David if I'm just needing a break. Or maybe it's not necessarily a break, or maybe there's just really important things I need to get done around the house and I just need someone to hang out with Gentry David because he is being super fussy or whatever it is. And he is just amazing at stepping in and telling me that like it's okay, he's okay with missing those things. And yeah, so that's something that he does. Number 10 is he takes care of himself physically and mentally. This is kind of like mine that I wrote, what I do for my husband, but he is a very avid gym rat, I guess the term is. He's really good at going to the gym every single day. He works really hard in the gym to keep himself healthy, and same with eating. He has a lot better eating habits than I do. He's very meticulous, I would say, and even strict sometimes about what he eats. But he is taking care of his body for the longevity of his body. He also takes care of himself mentally, meaning he pours into his relationship with Christ. He is very much more self-controlled with his emotions, which I think is great because I am not sometimes. And so there is that balance there, and that really helps out our family and helps it to stay steady and stable. Number 11 is he shares his affection with me. Gentry is a very physical touch person, and he lets me know he's attracted to me. He tells me I look good in outfits. He tells me when I look hot or whatever, or cute, or just that I look good. He tells me that it doesn't matter what I'm wearing, how my hair is, or if I've got makeup or not. He thinks that I am attractive, and he tells me that on a daily basis. That's the truth, and I'm very grateful that he tells me he's attracted to me, even after having a baby and accumulating stretch marks, gaining weight, fluctuating in sizes. He still loves me. He still loves my body. He doesn't care what it looks like, and I just appreciate that so much. All right, number 12 is kind of a funny one because it is absolutely true. He is very honest and blunt with me. He is not... Sometimes he can get himself into trouble, but he is not the personality type that's not going to share what's on his mind. If you ask him for an honest answer, he will absolutely tell you. If if I'm wearing an outfit, I'm like, what do you think about this? He would tell me straight up why he does or doesn't like it. And I think that it has its pros and cons, but it has its pros more than cons, because it's showing me that he is going to be honest with me no matter what. It tells me that if I'm lacking in certain areas, he is going to express those things to me, and he has. And even though sometimes I get very defensive sometimes about those things, I am learning to know that it's coming from a place of love, not a place of judgment, but a place of where he wants me to have personal, spiritual, physical growth. All right, number 13 is he shows his love for Jesus. He expresses it in everything that he does. I don't know if you can hear my son. He's kind of like shouting. But he expresses his love for Jesus in so many ways. And he goes above and beyond for people outside of our home. And the reason why I added this in here is because it's such an encouragement to see. It's such an encouragement to see his humility, his curiosity, his love for other people. And that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with him in the first place, is because he was so good at loving other people and is so good at loving other people. And I think that is so beautiful, and it shows the Holy Spirit within him. Number 14 is, let me look down on my notes, is he is patient with me. I am someone, when I look at our conversations and look at my worries and my stresses in the past, look at arguments we've gotten into, I can see how hard it would be to be patient with me. Just to kind of give you an idea of the differences in our personalities, he's very laid back, and doesn't really worry, doesn't stress, takes things as they come. And I can be very rigid, type A, and to be honest with you, sometimes I struggle with wanting to be right and having it my way, and while that is a sin that I am working through, and learning to slow down and be quick to listen and slow to become angry, he is patient with me in those moments. And I think that that is a beautiful, beautiful thing, and so grateful. And I'm very grateful for that. And that's something that I just see as very encouraging and very humbling too, in moments when we are having a disagreement, for him to be patient with me, to be calm in his demeanor, is very humbling and takes me back to Jesus. Okay, so we are at the very last one. This one is just kind of something fun, but he cooks me breakfast every single morning, and he asks me whether or not I have eaten. He is very adamant about, hey, babe, make sure you're eating a full meal. Like, make sure you're actually eating food. You're not just like snacking or skipping meals or whatever. Are you drinking water? Let me fill up your water bottle for you. He makes me breakfast every morning, like I said, like eggs and toast and stuff. And while for some people that may seem small, I think that's very great for me. I think that I struggle. I don't know if you all struggle with this, but I struggle with being so busy throughout the day, being so busy, taking care of Gentry David and everything, that I will often skip meals. And that's not good. That's not healthy. And so he's very thoughtful in, oh, you haven't eaten today? I will make you up something right now, or whatever it is. And I'm just really grateful for that, because I would probably shrivel up if he didn't help me with those things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was so fun, kind of just reflecting on some of the things that my husband does for me, and It brings so much joy to think about those things. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos like this. I love you guys, and stay tuned for the next one. Cheers!